You're all very welcome back to another WedPrep podcast delivered to you by WeddingSuppliers.ie. You can follow this podcast on Spotify, YouTube, or anywhere else that you listen or watch your podcasts. In the studio today, we have Oona from the Paper Lane. Hello, Oona.
Hi.
Now, Oona, you are, I'm going to try and get this right, you're a wedding invitations supplier.
Yes.
Correct. Now, look, you brought me a little gift.
I did, yeah.
This is the first gift I ever got in this podcast.
Oh, really?
It's the Paper Lane. They also do greeting cards. So this is lovely. Not wedding related, but anyway. But today we're going to talk to you about everything that you've a huge array of stuff that you do. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
It's not just like an invitation. And,
oh, no, there's loads of stuff, yeah.
So, Oona, just tell us, I suppose, a little bit about your business and who you are.
So, my business is the Paper Lane, and I'm based in Athlone, but I do work for people all over Ireland, and I'm even sending invites to America this week. So I'm a graphic designer. I have a degree in graphic design. I studied in Athlone as well, and I graduated in 2006, which is 19 years ago now. So so after I finished college, I went working in a printers for a couple of years and got great experience. And then after that, I went to work for a hotel group. So they asked me to go and work freelance for them. So I overnight had to set up my own business. I was only 23 and just thought
always a daunting experience.
Oh, like if they asked me to do it now, I wouldn't. Like, but at the time, I thought, oh, that's a great idea, you know. So so it set up a business overnight. Like literally, had to just think of a quick name and register it so as I could invoice the company. And so I called the business Splash Graphics. So so I did a lot of work for the hospitality industry, and then the recession came and that kind of slowed down a bit. So I thought maybe I'll go into doing wedding stationery. And I actually had looked back at the previous year and I had done 6 weddings that year and I hadn't advertised. So I thought, like, geez, maybe if I advertise that I do them, I might get some more business. So I noticed that there was like a trend in, like a pattern in the invites that I had designed. They were all very personal. So like this was like 10 years ago. So like at that time when you were ordering your wedding stationery, you just went into a print shop and they had these catalogues from UK companies and everything was white or cream. Really generic, white or cream. They also had wedding invitation on the front of it. And they maybe had like a few little swirls on the front or like little stick men, that kind of thing. You couldn't change anything about the outside of them. You could only change the text on the inside. So you were very restricted. Yeah. So anyway, I noticed then like there was trends coming from America and the UK that people were doing these kind of personalised style.
More bespoke.
Really bespoke. Yeah. So some of those ones that I did that year were like football team. I did ones people were into cycling. I did ones with a bicycle on them. So they were very much tailored to the couple and what they wanted.
That's a thing now, it's a big word, personalisation.
Yeah, like it's huge now, like everyone is doing that kind of stuff now. But at the time, there was definitely a gap in the market for it. Yeah. And it just kind of took off. And what actually happened was I just called that side of things Splash Graphics Wedding Stationery, which was a crap name. Like it didn't really, there was nothing weddy about it. And it wasn't really, I sure didn't know what I was doing. I was just winging it, like figuring it out as I went along.
You're not meant to say that.
Well, no, at the time I was. I now know what I'm doing.
Now you know what you're doing,
Yeah, so, and then I ended up, I started doing personalised framed prints. So that was another avenue, and that was called Frame Your Name. And then I started doing a range of greeting cards, like the ones I gave to you there, like birthday cards and stuff. And I was like, is that going to be another brand? What happens there?
Yeah, where do you stop?
Yeah, so I wanted to rebrand and I wanted to kind of put it all like under like one umbrella brand. And I just didn't have the time to do it. And of course, when lockdown came, all the weddings were cancelled. I had loads of time on my hands. So that's when I rebranded and became the Paper Lane. Great.
And when did you become the Paper Lane?
2021.
2021,
yeah,
great.
Yeah, so.
And look, you've brought in a couple of examples, a few things on the table. We should mention that you won the award here.
For this year,
Wedding Invitations, the Stationery Supplier of the Year.
Yeah.
2020, good night.
Oh, great night.
Great night.
Yeah, great night.
You can't say too much about it.
No,
not after 2 a.m.
No.
So look, do you want to talk us through, because I was amazed when you came in. As I said, I was thinking a wedding invite, it's just a wedding invite, you send it out, but there's a huge spectrum to it.
This is like this pile that I have here, like is only a fraction. Like I've whittled this down twice since I got here. So
we had to.
So, yeah, they were like, he was like, less than that now. Yeah. We don't have all day. So I'll just show you, like at the moment, the most popular style of invitation is these venue style invites.
Okay, so more kind of square.
Well, no, they come in
And I see here that you've a venue. Is that Cabra Castle?
Yeah,
No?
I think that's Cabra Castle.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Cabra Castle.
Yeah.
So is that a thing where people would like to put the venue on the front, or is
Yeah,
this,
it's really popular.
Is it?
So this is, I'd say, a third of what I'm doing this year and last year is venues on your invites. So like this one here has like a matching RSVP card, but that's not necessary. We can put all that information on the back of your invite.
I like the little stamp.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because this is all new to me.
Yeah,
So
I
other people are
know.
going, how does he not know all of this
Yeah.
stuff? But no, this is cool.
Oh no, sure. So like these two sizes would be our most popular. So this one here is an A5.
Yeah.
And it's a flat invite. So your invite is there in the front, and you've got your venue image and all your invitation text on the front, and then on the back we can put your RSVP information, your accommodation, directions, day 2, all that kind of stuff.
Great.
And so this is like the same kind of idea, but it's a folded card and it opens out, and that's a square invitation. So
And can I ask, do you work from one template, or will you work with the couple?
oh no, I'll do whatever you want.
From
like
start to finish?
Yeah, I design everything myself.
Wow.
So I design everything, I print it, I fold it, I cut it out.
That's
I
a lot
package it.
But that's a lot of like consultation back and forth, isn't it?
Yeah,
Is that
well,
the hard part? Or is
not
the
really.
printing the
No,
hard
no, because what I do is so you can order on the website. So I have an e-commerce website, and you can use the website in 2 ways. You can use it like a portfolio that you just go through and you look at all the designs and you decide what you want, and then you email me.
Okay.
Or you can go onto the website and you can say, right, that's the invite I want 100 of them, and you order them and pay for them. And so either
Without
way,
any real human interaction.
yeah, some people just
Very
order
good.
and they haven't been talking to me at all. Like they just order. But you're only dealing with me. Like there's not 10 of us in there. It's only
Yeah.
me. So when I get your order, or if you email me and for an inquiry, it comes straight to me. So within 24 hours of you like putting in an order or emailing me saying you want to order your invites, I send you back a booking form. So it's an online form with everything that I need to know. So like your names, like the couple's names, the date of their wedding, their venue, day 2 information, RSVP information, accommodation directions.
So you collect all that information. So you have a good funneling system.
Yeah. So it's an online form, and you just fill it out. It's a jot form file, and you just fill that in, press submit. I get the email. I just copy and paste all that into the document then, and I make up your
And send
your
that to
invite.
them for proof.
Yeah, so
because
they'll get it.
typos obviously are a huge thing, right?
Yeah, I always check for typos, but like you really need to check them yourself and make sure, like, 'cause you can't be 100% responsible for that. But
Proofread.
yeah, you get lots of proofs, like, and so we go over and back with proofs then until you're happy, and so you'll get your first proof back within a couple of days, and so we'll go over and back with changes. Generally, it only takes about two rounds of changes,
Right.
because you've given me all
That's
the information.
really quick.
Yeah. And then I print everything there as well, so I'm not waiting on a printer, or so it's all done very
That's
quick.
a big thing as well, speed.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
some people like leave things to the last minute as well.
Can I ask you that,
Yeah.
the timeline? Because again, the whole purpose of this podcast is most couples in the journey of getting married, most of them go into it not knowing what's going on. How does this all work?
Yeah.
Where do you see ordering your wedding invitations in line? So say I'm getting married 12 months out from now, or 18 months out from now. At what point should someone be getting in touch with you?
Well, like ideally, in an ideal world, I would say contact your wedding supplier 8 to 12 months before your wedding.
Right.
And book yourself in, pay your deposit, and have a chat with your designer about like what kind of look you want to go for. Whether you want to go for something very classic, like colourful, what kind of idea, and they will advise you and help you. And like then you'll have an idea like of your colours and your feel, because that's the first, like your invitation is the first point of contact between you and your guest. So like if they get an invitation that's black and white and very classy looking, they're going to go, oh, this is a classy affair, Whereas if they get something that's really colourful and festival theme, they'll go, this is going to be a bit of crack, like.
Yeah, it's amazing that you've touched off that.
Yeah, you can really get the vibe from the wedding invitation,
Yeah.
So it'll gives people a feel, and then it will help you like order other stuff as well. So you might get your cake in a similar theme, or your flowers you go, oh, I'm going festival theme, I'll go with my colourful flowers. So like really you should probably nearly start like early with your invitations, and then everything else will extend on from that.
And can we talk about that as well? Because, okay, that's your standard
Yeah.
invitation. And then there's stuff like I don't know what you would call it. So like the GA ticket here. Can
So
you show that?
We do. So these are kind of like fun kind of style. So this is a GA ticket, and then we have like a rugby ticket, and this is a Liverpool one. So
and can I touch off that? Like, so would now. I don't want to come across sexist in any way, but would it be mainly grooms?
No, like
pushing for this stuff.
No, well, sometimes there is, but no, like a lot of the brides are into it as well.
Yeah,
like,
I get that. Like, I mean, and if you're really, really into sports, and but then again, with your wedding, you kind of also want to kind of have that. You know, like your first name, the colours, the kind of
like we can do everything to match. Like so, just for example, I have like some table names. So say if you go with the GA invitation, so this is the GA. It's like done like a GA ticket, and then for your table names, you can have like a jersey.
It's really cool,
like, and it's on both sides. So like that one there is just table 21, but sometimes you call them after players. So I think that's Tipperary, and then that was like 2 different clubs there. They're local clubs that are on that one.
Yeah, and then I suppose if the bride is from Tipperary, big GA Tipperary
like
people,
we put the 2 crests on it.
The groove. But that's really cool.
It's a bit of fun, you know, and like because you're probably going to have the whole GA team there as well. Like if you're a GA player, and like it'll be a bit of crack.
Because you see on a musical level as well, people are calling their tables different after different albums, and that's a big thing now, isn't it?
Big time. And we do the vinyl records as well for the table names.
Oh,
so it's
really
an actual
cool.
like 7-inch vinyl record, and we just do the sticker for the middle of it with your table name.
You really cover a lot of stuff, don't you? And can you tell us what's really trending at the moment? I know you showed us one here that was really nice.
Well, those ones with the venue are huge this year. So destination weddings are only, I find, coming back this year, like weddings abroad. So with COVID, they all just disappeared. Like, so I've done a few already this year, but they're only just coming back. So
passport.
So this is one. It's like a passport style, and it opens out, and you've got all your information on the inside. And then like this one here is like a boarding pass.
Very good.
Yeah.
So, long time since you've seen one of them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And
nostalgic.
Then this one here has the country on the front, so that's Spain.
Spain.
Yeah.
I love this.
And like we can get envelopes to match as well. So all our invitations come with white envelopes included in the price, but you can get coloured ones, and it really they're really nice. The coloured ones kind of lifted a bit. Yeah. So, or we can do, if you go with the white envelopes, we can do an envelope seal that are quite cheap.
And can we're talking about the seals, because you did show me something before. I love this.
So this here is sage green envelope. So sage green is really popular, especially like bridesmaids dresses and stuff like that.
Right.
So this is one with an envelope liner.
And this looks like a pack of stuff here now. So what is this?
So inside this, you have your invitation.
And this is how you would deliver this to the couple. This is what
they'll get the envelopes made up with the envelope liner in them, and the invitations then will be separate because they'll have to write them. And we actually do print the guest names onto the invites for you if you want. It's an extra.
Okay.
But or you can.
A lot of clutter. Would that feel a bit cluttered? And then knowing who else is going to be there, is that it wouldn't be that popular putting guests on it, would it?
Oh no, like you'd have to write the guest name on the invite.
Okay, see, that may be sure. I think you're going to put the whole guest.
No, just like we'll just print on the invite. We'll print,
of course,
we'll print the name of the guest.
Yeah.
So like this one here, anyway, that's the invite with the matching envelope and the matching envelope liner. You can get add-ons like accommodation.
Which is a really, really good thing. One of the things that we're putting, and this is what drew me to when you were saying about the guests, I was thinking guest list on the WedPrep app, right? Yeah. We have that as well, with all the accommodation. It's so important. And so useful to someone, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can put all that on the back of the invite.
Yeah.
Like this is an extra, and it's an extra expense. You don't really need to do that, you know. And the same, like this is a matching RSVP for this invite. You don't need to do that either.
Yeah.
Like I will advise you like where to spend your money better. Like, you know, instead of getting those extra cards, you could get a seating plan or a welcome sign. You know, so maybe like we'll look at your budget with you, and we'll will help you figure it out. Yeah.
We often say that to people as well in the music end of things for the day.
Yeah.
Like, should I go crazy on the pre-dinner, like have a full band? No, you don't need that. It won't work. It doesn't work, you know.
Like some people are like, no, I have to have an extra RSVP because like I've older guests and they don't want to use email and stuff like that. We will do a small quantity of them for you if you want. Like you don't have to get one for everybody.
And that's a really good point, especially with the accommodation. If you have guests who still might not be so tech savvy.
Yeah.
To have this little card. It's a nice touch. Yeah.
And something that's big now as well at the moment is a QR code. It's actually on the back of this one.
Yeah.
So some people use that for their RSVP. It might bring you to like a wedding website and you can RSVP on that. Okay. Or it might connect you to their email address.
It is a question I wanted to ask you as well. You know, it's always great to go and touch and feel stuff, and I'm sure you do wedding fairs as well, because for people to understand your business, especially this type of business, it's when you see it, and it's in front of me now, and across the board, it's all amazing. But with the digital kind of system now in place, and you see all of these kind of apps where you can, do you see that affecting your business? In the sense of, do people now do invitations digitally and not send out a card?
Well, some people do, but it depends. Like some people, you know, they find that easier, and you know, I got one myself there only last week, a digital invitation.
It doesn't have the same touch though, does it? Yeah,
well, I mean, they had a lot of information they wanted to include, like, so I can see why they did that, But so it's a personal preference, isn't it? Like most people just really like to have the feel of the invitation, and it feels kind of special, you know, that you're getting like this lovely envelope arriving in and it's not a bill, you know? Yeah. So
and in a space where, you know, sometimes you see DIY couples, DIY brides, and that's great. I often wonder if someone tries to take on so much.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
You say, I can do this, but, and it always comes back. Yeah. It is, even when I got married, you know, my wife was saying about, she's big into flowers and, you know, and trying to say to the florist this, that and the other. I said, look, just let the florist do their job. Yeah. I think it's a very strong message, isn't it?
Oh yeah, like I will say that like trust your suppliers. They've done hundreds, if not thousands of weddings before your wedding. They will not let you down. Like this is their job and it's their name on their business.
Yeah, and don't put that added pressure on yourself.
Yeah, don't stress yourself
unless you're enjoying it.
Yeah, but like your suppliers know what they're doing, and they'll advise you as well, and ask them for advice. Or like even if you're looking for a supplier, like the wedding community, the wedding supplier community is like a family. Like everyone knows each other.
Everyone.
And like so say you're looking for a content creator or a coffee van. Like ask your other suppliers.
Yeah, we all have a little network that we
everybody
recommend.
Knows other people. Yeah,
absolutely. And can we touch off a few more things here?
Yeah, I just was going to show you an envelope seal there. So that's, you can get them made up to match your invites as well. And it's just like a little kind of, it closes off the invite, and it's just an extra little touch. So then if you want to go more higher end, so we do these pocket fold invitations. So this is our most expensive invitation. Okay. And so it opens out. Oh, wow. And so you've got all your invitation here, and then you've got these, this is a little pocket, and you've got these little cards that slot into it with all the extra information in them.
I really like that.
Yeah, they're lovely.
You woun't even, like, you'd want to keep that and frame it.
Oh yeah, like, and it feels lovely as well. Like the paper and all is lovely.
And what makes this invite more expensive is there's more detail.
Yeah, and the cover as well. Yeah, they have to be bought in. Yeah,
it's amazing.
So what we can do, here's another one here actually. It's kind of cream and blue. Hope you can see it okay. So like we can do them in any size as well.
Are they trending? Or is it just a matter of budget?
Yeah, it depends. Like if you want to blow the budget, then you can get these. But like they are gorgeous. Like a lot of the time when people come in, like because you can come into my office and you can, I'll meet with you and I'll show you all the samples. And a lot of the time when people see these, they go, "Oh God, that's what I want," you know. So
can we touch off pricing? Because I know, look, how long is a piece of string? So I mean, if you were to kind of say the difference in price between, you know, what we'd say of this is probably what you would say this here is more kind of the higher end.
So our invitations start with this size. This is A6.
Okay.
And they go
we're
up
upside down, I think.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Hang on.
So so this is the smallest size,
right.
A6 size. And so they're $210 per invite, and they come with an envelope as well. Okay. And then they go up, like these ones here are A5, which is twice the size of the A6. They are $280 for the flat invitation. And then like a square folded invitation like this one here that opens out, they are €3.
Oh,
and
okay.
then, so we're going up then to...
and all come with envelopes.
They all come with white envelopes, yeah. And then, as I said, this one here is our most expensive, and they're $540. So there's a bit of a jump.
So $540 by 100 guests, or 180. Yeah.
So it's €540. Yeah.
You know, I think it's reasonable.
Yeah, like generally people would probably spend about €300. Is kind of the average.
That's the average.
That's the average.
Right.
Yeah. So that would be like these ones here. You get 100 of them, €300. These folded ones, these square ones.
And if you try to, and I know I shouldn't be going back to this but if you try to do that yourself, you'd spend £300 on your time.
Yeah. Like, because when you think of it, like you have to make this 100 times. So like these come flat, these pocket folds, and I have to put them together. And then all the pieces that go into them as well, and like the little badge on the front of them as well. There's a lot of work that goes into them.
A lot of work.
Yeah. They
and
take
do you
a couple of
limit
days
yourself to, like, because you could probably do 20 weddings a day if you wanted to, or could you?
Probably not. No.
No. But where do you kind of say to yourself, you know, in the event that you're that busy, do you have to limit yourself to get the production out?
No, I haven't really had to do that. Like, I'll work late if I have to. I'll work weekends. I don't like letting people down.
No.
I do see some suppliers and they say we've closed our books now, we're too busy or whatever. But I don't like to do that. I like to try and accommodate everybody. Like, yeah. Okay. And if I have to rope in like someone to help me, like himself or something,
it's the choice of being self-employed.
He's often had to help me make pocket folds and stuff as well, like sitting watching the telly. So, but yeah, no, I never turn people away.
You have a frame as well, if you want to show us the frame, which is really cool. So, and this is the show. It's typical like of a venue.
Yeah. So these are a gift, a wedding gift. So we can do up the venue, and it has the couple's names and the date of their wedding and the name of the venue. So, like a lot of people give money now as a present, and they don't. Then the couple don't have something to keep. Yeah. So this is nice. These are only €25 in the frame. They come in the frame, and so it's nice maybe to have something like that to give with the card with the money in it.
Totally agree. Yeah, it is a nice touch.
Or also maybe if you don't attend the wedding and you just want to send something. Send a token
that's
or whatever.
The kind of perfect thing.
Yeah.
Well, look, before we finish up, can you just maybe give us 2 top tips for couples that are at this process in their journey to start looking at getting wedding invitations done? I'd start early and
definitely, contact your supplier. Look at different suppliers, because what I do might not be what you like, but what someone else does, it might be more what you're interested in. And pick a theme and a colour scheme if you can, because that gives your whole vibe for the day. You can carry your design of your invitation through everything. So we do like seating plans, welcome signs, table names, all that kind of stuff. And you can carry that through everything. So it's all cohesive and it all matches and it all has a nice feel to it. Yeah. Like we also do mass books as well. I might just show you them before we finish up. So like traditionally you would have gone for this, like it's a 12-page A5 booklet. They're like, there's a lot in them, like they're expensive.
It's an important part of the day.
Yeah, but like these are expensive, like they're $4.95 each. Okay. And most places charge about $5 for them. Right. So we have an alternative that's it's more, but I won't say cheaper, budget friendly.
Because these things are just disposable. No one keeps them.
You're only in the church for an hour. Yeah. And they all get left behind them. And then the church, one of the priests said to me, we have to pay to recycle them. They fill up the wheelie bin. Like, and you think of the amount of money you've spent on them, like. So we do. You have to think
sustainability now and all of these things.
But also, like, you might want to spend that money somewhere else,
And on sustainability, is this something that you've brought into your business to think about, what paper do we use?
Yeah, so all our paper is, there's a name for it. I think it's FAC paper. So it's from Sustainable Forests. So all the paper is from Sustainable
Everything that you're using?
Yeah, so it means that when a tree is cut down to make the paper, they replant a new tree in its place.
Right. So you're in there on the sustainability part of it, because a lot of suppliers are moving to this.
Yeah. And then all of our invitations can be recycled as well, because they don't have like a coating, like a gloss coating or anything on it. So So yeah, everything can be recycled. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, let's go back.
So
Let's
this
go back
is the alternative to that booklet. This is like a trifold mass booklet. It's kind of like a Chinese menu. Would be the best way
You know
to
what? I
describe
was going to
it.
say, because I'm looking at it.
Yeah. So it's
I'll
that
have to
kind
come
of
through, please.
yeah. It's that kind of format. So so it's on both sides, and you can fit the whole mass into that,
Great.
except for the Eucharistic prayer, and the priest doesn't mind.
And sorry, did you say what the cost of these are?
They're 165 for 100.
Okay, right. So you're way down in price.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
not a big part, but it's
No.
nice to have something that you know the sequence of
and
the
the whole
ceremony.
mass is in it, apart from the Eucharistic prayer, which is that's the bit in the middle where the priest speaks.
Yeah.
And so they don't mind that that's not in it, you know.
Yeah,
But
of
everything else
course.
is in it.
Of course.
Also for civil ceremonies, we have like a little card that you can get done. It's
That's
just like
nice.
a little kind of DL size card, and on the front it has like your names and the ceremony, like the running order, and on the back you've got the bridal party, so you know who's who, and then a little thank you from the bride and groom. Or else you can get one of these cards, and it's got all your readings inside it. So they're lovely. For
There's no
a civil
stopping
ceremony.
you, is
I
there?
know, I know.
It's such a let's have a quick look at this one as well.
So well, these are just table names.
Yeah.
So like I showed you the GA jerseys there
Yeah.
a minute ago. You can go with like just a number, like this one here, like a table number, and that will match your seating plan as well and your invitations.
Yeah.
Or like this one here was a New York theme. So that table was called Brooklyn Bridge. So they actually got engaged in New York, so their theme for their
Nice
wedding
touch.
was New York.
And
Yeah.
before we finish up, do you do table plans as well?
Yeah, we do all that. Yeah.
So basically,
So-
when someone comes to you, anything in relation to, you know,
Yeah,
the table plans.
Yeah, any stationery for
invitations.
like on the day stationery as
Great.
well. I would actually say it's really important to have a seating plan. I've been to a few weddings before that had no seating plan, and it's chaos. Like it's
how do you work it
absolutely
out?
chaos. Yeah. Now, like it's probably one of the worst things that you have to do before your wedding is decide where everyone is sitting. It's a big
it's
job.
an important point to touch off. Every couple
Yeah.
never thinks about it until
Yeah,
you
till
get
the last
married
minute.
yourself and you sit down and
Yeah.
to actually do the seating plan.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, I can't
Yeah.
put them beside that. But
Yeah,
it's
it's very
total
political,
nightmare.
like,
It is
you know.
I know, that's the right word for it, you know.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So, but it's really important. I've been to weddings where guests have arrived in and then they get annoyed. They're not sitting with their friends or their family.
Yeah.
Then there's people who don't want to sit with these people. And I was at a wedding, they had to bring extra tables out. It's just
Crazy.
chaos. And then it delays the meal starting and the whole
And
thing
that's
is
you
delayed.
don't want any of that.
You don't
yeah.
want that.
Seating
So
plan is the
have a seating plan, have table numbers. You can get place names for each person at the table. They're not necessary because once they're at the right table,
they know.
it doesn't matter what seat
No,
they're
that's a
sitting
good
at.
point. I
Yeah.
never really understood. It's a nice
Yeah.
touch. That's me.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
It doesn't matter to you if they're sitting on the left side of the table or the right
No,
side of the table.
no,
You know,
yeah.
so yeah, like once the person knows that they've an allocated seat at a table and that the people who are at the table are going to be like-minded and they're going to get on with
Yeah.
each other.
Well, look, Oona,
So-
on that, thank you very much for coming into the
No
WedPrep
problem.
podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Listen, tell us where people. I know you're on WeddingSuppliers.ie platform.
Yeah.
What's your website address?
It's thepaperlane.ie.
Great.
And you can also order these as well, just before we go.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, let's
so
let's
these
show
are
these.
just little greeting cards for your bridal party. These are all on the website. You can order them. We have loads of different ones. We've ones for bride and groom, mums, dads, bridesmaids.
Yeah, because the
groomsmen,
follow-up
all
after
that
your
kind
wedding
of thing.
thank you cards are so important.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
I've been to 2 weddings and I never got a thank you card.
I
It's
know,
like,
same.
oh,
Yeah.
it's not nice.
No, it's not nice. Yeah,
No.
we do. Well, these are for your bridal party. These ones.
Yeah, but,
these are
you
like
know,
you might give them the morning of the wedding
it's
with
a
a little
lovely
gift or
touch, yeah.
something. But yeah, thank you cards are really important because like your guests have travelled. Like they might have travelled from abroad or they might have travelled halfway up the country.
Yeah.
They've paid to stay in the hotel, bought drink all day. And they've probably given you a couple of €100 as a wedding
Yeah.
present. So the least you can do is send them a thank you card and say like, thanks so much for sharing the day
Absolutely.
with us. So
Absolutely.
yeah, very important.
Oona, thanks
Listen,
again.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.